Technology is great when it works, but it doesn't always work together.
That's the issue one viewer seems to be having with her car.
Here to answer it, and two others, Peter Fink, the owner of Certified Transmission, a much younger Peter Fink today. Your hair is a little bit different. What's going on?
Well, yeah, I lost a bet. What can I say? Bad bet. Okay, and I had to pay up on it. So
a man of your word.
Well, they didn't think I would keep it on or do it, and I said, okay, well, we will. It is what it is. It'll grow back. It'll change. It'll change.
I like you both ways.
I could have shaved it. I was thinking about after. Kept the bet for just a short time and then shaved it down to be bald or whatever or something. But oh well.
We'll know what the story is then if he comes in with no hair at all.
Man of honor right there. Let's get to this first question. This first question, it comes from Christy, and Christy says, is there any way a car's computer or some sort of gadgetry feature can interfere with your garage door opener? And then she goes on to say, I keep having to reprogram mine. I have a Chrysler Town & Country.
Well, this one is a little baffling. I don't know that I 100% understand it, because most cars, the newer ones of 2010, they have a button on them that you can program your garage door opener, okay? Not that it's an easy deal, because you got to get up to the garage door opener and hit the reset button, okay, and hold it and blah, 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 and then get down off the ladder and set all yours at the same time. You got whatever, 30 seconds or a minute. What baffles me is she's saying that she loses this program, okay, or something, and I don't know what that is, okay? To me, even if you unhook the battery and take the battery out, it usually doesn't. So I would suspect this is what I would recommend to do. We need to get all the computers on this vehicle updated, okay, because the manufacturers come out with them, get it reprogrammed, reflashed, get the engine computer, the transmission computer, the body control module. The body control module is what controls this garage door opener, okay? So I suspect there's some problem there. Let's get the latest program in it, okay? And then reprogram it one more time, and it should save it. I have not heard of this problem, okay, from any cars.
Maybe it's a garage door issue, too.
Well, it could be. It could be maybe something with the garage door, but I would get all the updated on the computers, reflashed. You can't do that yourself. You do have to go to a shop, okay? But the manufacturers, when they reprogram them, they're not doing this just for fun. I mean, there are better features, the car runs better, all them kind of things. So get it done. Let's get a good baseline, and if it does it from there, then, like you said, it could be the garage door opener. Okay.
Jennifer is up next, and she writes in, when is a car considered high mileage? Is there any special maintenance that needs to be done when a car hits the high mileage mark? I have a 2010 Mazda 3 with 85,000 miles.
Well, I'm kind of a high mileage unit, okay? So I mean, what it means, of course, is that you've used it a lot in a certain period of time.
Or that's what you prefer in cars?
Well, with your hair, you dropped about 30,000 miles.
There you go. All right. So, high mileage, there's two ways to refer to high mileage, okay? It could be that you've got a high mileage car that has like 200,000, 250,000 miles, and in the old days, 100,000 miles were considered high mileage. The other example that you can use is you can have a newer car that might only be 1 or 2 years old, and somebody drove it 50 or 75,000, and you can call it a high mileage unit, okay, and stuff. So, all right, back to this question, 2010, the average consumer and what the industry kind of looks at is about 15,000 miles a year, okay? What I found is when cars are a little bit newer, people seem to drive them a little bit more. They go above that average. As they get a little older, for whatever reason, they get driven a little bit less. But that 15,000, so this is 5 years old, 85,000. Yes, this one would classify probably a little bit in the high mileage unit, okay, with 85,000 on 2010, because 2015 isn't over. We just started it, okay? So yeah, it's a high mileage unit. Totally, over the long haul, not necessarily, okay? Overall on a car, anything over 200,000, 250,000 now is considered high mileage, okay, and stuff. That 100,000 mile mark, that was kind of, like I said, 20 years ago or something. Today, 100,000 means it's just kind of broke in and got out of warranty a lot of times.
50 is the new 30.
There you go.
Yeah,
exactly. All right.
Well, I've got an old Jeep Grand Cherokee that I've got 175,000 miles
There you
on
go.
I don't drive it a whole lot, but it still runs fine.
Our final personal car's got 240,000 miles on it.
Yeah, they add up. Our final question, this comes from Kira. She says, if I'm making a hard turn while accelerating and my car makes a moaning noise, what does this mean? I'm constantly in fear this means my tire rod is about to snap or something. Should I be worried? I have a Cadillac SRX.
Okay, this one, I'm taking it that we're hearing the moaning as she's accelerating, turning the steering wheel, okay? Usually anytime you're turning the steering wheel and it's a moaning sound, it's something from the rack and pinion or power steering pump. First thing you need to do is have the fluid checked on it, okay? Sounds like if it's low, it's going to moan and growl or whatever you want to call it, okay? So that's what I suspect we've got, okay? It doesn't hold a lot of fluid, so if it has just a little leak, it gets down and it's going to make that moaning, groaning noise. As far as tire rod snapping, there's no fear of that, okay? That would be a popping noise, okay, and stuff. Second, if that was the case, your steering wheel would feel real loose and wandery, okay, driving down the road because it's not holding straight and there's a lot of play and stuff like this. I mean, obviously you can get it in a shop and check it. The other thing I was wondering, the accelerating part is kind of the baffling part here that she's saying now, okay? Because usually when you're turning, you're kind of off the gas a little bit, unless you're starting from a dead stop, okay, or something, you know? So unless you're a race car, you know? I mean, you know, going around, of course, my wife drives like that, you know, so, I mean, you know, but, you know, zips it around and, oh, man, I mean, but I would suspect rack and pinion, power steering, check the fluid. We probably got a little leak. It probably isn't going to be anything too major.
CertifiedTransmission.com. Peter, great to see you.
Thank you.
Always fun.
All right, buddy.
Who knows what it'll look like next time.
Yeah, there you go.
And if this conversation inspired you, we encourage you to swing by our website. It's OmahaMorningBlend.com. You can leave questions there. Just click on the Certified Transmission tile on the right side of that page.